What do the world's first railway pub, a giant industrial hammer, and a lighthouse in the middle of the city have in common? Well, you can find them all on stage 7 of the Salford Trail. I imagine many people think that the green at Worsley has been open space for centuries, but that's not true. It's actually historic brownfield, and it was industrial land until the early 20th century. This history lives on today in the Green's monument to the Duke of Bridgewater, which was fashioned from the base of the old Worsley Yard chimney. After leaving Worsley village, the trail enters Worsley Woods, near to the Old Walk Dam. This was constructed by the Earl of Ellesmere in the 19th century as a private lake for fishing and boating. Today, it's a local nature reserve and a great place to watch wildlife. On leaving the woods, the trail joins the loop line near to the extant platforms of the old Worsley railway station. At the pathway's end, the imposing and impressive Unitarian church at Monton is well worth a look. Here, the trail joins the Bridgewater Canal, where you can find one of suburban Greater Manchester's most unusual sights. The Monton Lighthouse, constructed by a local resident as a weekend retreat. I have nipped just off the trail and I am here in Patricroft at the railway station, in fact. Patricroft's something of a meeting point for innovation. It's where the pioneering railway crosses over the pioneering canal, and one of the legacies of that is just across the road, the Queen's Arms pub, which is the world's first railway pub. But my personal favourite piece of innovation that's on display here in Patricroft is just down the road from here. Why don't we go and have a look? James Naismith was a Scottish engineer and inventor. His Bridgewater foundry dominated the landscape here in Patricroft, producing machine tools and railway locomotives from 1836 until the site was nationalised during the Second World War. Naismith's crowning achievement was the development of the steam hammer, an enormous breakthrough in precision engineering. The site of the foundry is now dominated by modern housing as well as a business park that bears Naismith's name, but you can also find an original Naismith hammer standing here as a monument to the area's history of innovation. The trail continues along the towpath to the aqueduct at Barton. Sadly, the path doesn't continue over the bridge itself, but there's a great view of both swing bridges from the viewing area. The 1894 aqueduct is an engineering marvel, and it is still the world's only swing aqueduct, but I want to talk about the bridge it replaced. James Brindley's original Barton Aqueduct was a masterpiece, Britain's first navigable aqueduct, carrying the canal high above what was then the River Irwell, and built in the face of scepticism and ridicule. Ironically, the aqueduct was itself a victim of progress, demolished to make way for the ship canal. What little is left can be seen here in this pocket park, and an arch of the original structure was also preserved and is displayed on the road opposite. If there's a lesson that we can learn from walking this stage of the Salford Trail, I think it's about the importance of investing in our infrastructure and the transformative impact that that investment has. And you can see that all the way along the route from Worsley through Monton to here in Barton. And let's not forget, when this aqueduct opened, the price of coal in Manchester fell by half. And one of the legacies of that is through the trees there behind me, where you can see the roof of the Queen's Arms, the world's first railway pub.